Okay, boys and girls, today I'm going to talk about the mindsets and skill sets that help me scale 10x Health as president from 9 million to 50 million in the year that I was there. These are the skill sets that are going to help you manage and operate your life like an executive. They will help you scale your business, make more money, increase profitability, and they will generally give you more contentment in life because you can handle problems better. Now, just to give you a little bit of a background, 2 years prior, I was selling cars. Okay, I did not have the mindset or the skill set to be able to manage companies, nor did I have a medical background. I developed these over a period of time by working with a mentor. So, for any of you who are business owners or salespeople or professionals and you want to scale your company by enhancing your mindset and putting systems and structures into business, DM me directly on Instagram at Wade Houston or click the link in this video and apply to work one-on-one with me in my business mentorship. Okay, now let's get right into it. The first skill that you need to master is excellent communication. I like to call this executive communication. This is being able to deliver a message in a very clear manner in few words so that your employees and your team have zero confusion about what you are directing them to do, and doing so in a manner that exudes confidence from them and inspires them to move forward. This is a skill set, okay? Now, being able to persuade and motivate others is imperative in business. No employee wants to show up to work and feel like they're being micromanaged and constantly berated with tasks. They want to feel inspired and motivated. So as a leader, you must be motivating and inspiring. Each and every morning, you should have a daily all teams meeting in which you tell the entire company what is going on, some of the housekeeping, the future projections, what's going on in the market, and you excite them and motivate them about being at work, making a greater impact in the world and the larger vision of the company. Okay? You will never be able to scale a company if you, as the owner or executive or director, cannot have a massive belief about the future vision of the company and communicate that belief each and every day. Okay? Now, you must embody a stress is enhancing mindset, because when you are running a company, you are going to face problems all day long. You are going to face stress, bullshit, challenges. And if you look at these as problems, then you will always be a low-level small business owner who does not inspire employees or retain them. By the way, when I was at 10X, we started with 65 employees and ended at 300 employees in 1 year with zero turnover. And it's because I followed these mindsets and we created structures within the business, not only to create amazing culture and retain employees, but to inspire and motivate them to be a part of a larger vision and a brand, right? Okay, so whenever an employee brings you problems, you must first regulate your emotions and then move forward by making decisions out of logic, right? This is the most critical mindset and skill set you can have, an ability to regulate your emotions. Your job as a leader is to regulate your own emotions first and then to empower your employees, okay? Emotional intelligence, imperative, okay? When problems are brought to you as a leader, you must figure out exactly what is going on. So rather than being reactive and having anger or temper or even speaking to your employees in a demeaning way, you must sit back with a very matter-of-fact attitude, knowing that these are problems you should welcome. Let's help the employee figure out what the real problem is and then solve them together. So I would empower my employees to bring me problems with what they think the prospective solution might be. And when they brought me this, I would ask them questions. Tell me a little bit more about this lead or this process. Tell me a little bit more about why you think it's inefficient. What have you done to solve it? Have you tried this? What do you think the solution would be? What would that look like if we implemented that into the business? Now, if you were me, what would you tell you? I am literally just asking questions to my employees empowering them to think for themselves rather than being a dictator. Okay? This is how you inspire confidence and build a team. Not to mention, and I won't get too deep into it in this video because it's for another video, you need to understand how each of your employees is motivated, how to speak to each of them prospectively differently. You need to understand their goals, personally, professionally, financially, and what they want to become within this company so that you can adequately position each and every conversation to make sure that they're achieving their goals, okay? Also, look, if you want to scale a company, you better personally develop your employees. Every single morning, I would lead an all teams meeting. And in these meetings, I would have motivation. I would meditate in silence with my employees for 10 minutes. And then I would teach them communication and persuasion. Every single employee in the business must learn communication, sales, and persuasion, regardless of their role. Okay? This is so, so important. Now, as a leader and as a business owner, you need to put structures into the business so that you have communication loops, so that you have feedback, so that your team doesn't feel isolated and they're not constantly bringing you problems all the time. You need to empower them to identify which problems need to be solved now and which problems can go on a list to be discussed in a weekly meeting. And when they start to understand that not all problems need to be solved immediately, and you can actually give them the help that they need and help them solve the problems that do need to be solved immediately and future solve the problems that can be solved down the line, you start to inspire massive confidence and buy-in from every single person on the team, okay? Now, you have to make work fun, okay? No employee wants to come in for a little base salary and work extra hard and extra special for you. If you understand their goals, how they're motivated, and you give them some sort of incentive to move the business forward, this is like a 10 to 15% per month incentive. All positions should get this, and it should be based off of certain metrics that are within their control that move the business forward. I'll go into this in a further conversation, okay? But guys, look, you are going to face problems all day long as a business owner. And the way in which you will improve your emotional intelligence, your focus, your clarity, your ability to communicate, making decisions out of logic, is to prime yourself each and every day. So when I work with business owners and professionals, the first thing that we need to do is make sure, are you optimized as an individual to be able to handle the problems you're about to deal with in business? And then, do you have the proper structure and systems in the business to be able to handle the problems and scale the business efficiently, right? And then I'll look at all the pillars with you: sales, marketing, finance, ops, tech, leadership, and we'll make sure that we're optimizing each of those areas in a way that has your end goals in mind. Guys, I'm going to start doing these videos a couple times per week. Please put in the comments the next video that you would like. The goal is that we all start operating our lives like an executive, like a top level baller. I want to see all of you elevate mind, body, spirit, money. That's what we're here to do. So for any of you that want to work directly one-on-one with me, shoot me a DM on Instagram at Wade Houston or click the link in this video. I'll see you in the next one.